92 with the Clippers outscoring Phoenix by 16 in the second half thanks to a dominant third quarter. Hi, welcome in. Good to have you with us. Playoff Central Live presented by AT&T 5G. That's 3D. Dennis Scott right over there. That's the Hall of Famer, Isaiah Thomas. I'm Matt Weiner. Good to have you with us. This has become the Clippers' MO, right? You bury yourself in an 0-2 hole, and then you come back somehow. Even without Kawhi Leonard, they were dominant in the second half tonight. Really good defense against Chris Paul, who's back in this series now for Phoenix, and against Devin Booker, really the last two games. And defense is probably what carried them mostly tonight.
Most definitely. And when you talk about their defense, the way Patrick Beverley came out and played, and knowing him from the west side of Chicago, he went back to his west side of Chicago roots, picking up full court, harassing, chasing, just being a pest on defense. And I thought, his defensive effort and intensity and energy really gave the Clippers, a boost on the offensive side. Good defense translates to good offense. And I thought Patrick Beverley defensively, what he was able to do throughout the course of the game, 3D, I thought was very impressive on the defensive side of the ball. Man.
I mean, he sets a tone for sure, and we saw that in Game 2. You may not love Patrick Beverley if you're an opponent. You may not love him if you're neutral, if for that matter, because he's annoying. But
it's like when you're outside, it's a net.
Yeah,
that's how Patrick Beverley was.
But there's an
man.
effect. They were plus 24 with him on the floor tonight. And Chris Paul and Devin Booker were a combined 10 of 40 from the field.
Matt, when you have someone like Patrick Beverley that's a pest, a gnat, a fly, like being at home, it's like you're always worried about him. That's what Devin Booker saw tonight.
Yeah.
He saw, in Game 2 as well. So the last two games, Devin Booker has not shot the ball particularly well. Talk about Chris Paul. We as athletes, we take 11 days off. We feel good. We okay. We're still human beings.
Yeah,
so
you rest.
A little bit of rust. Patrick Beverley being a pest, it wore on Chris Paul tonight. So they never really got into that Phoenix Suns flow we've been seeing all playoffs long.
We also talked in our pregame about Ty Lue's choices of bigs in this series. He's gone back to Ivica Zubac, who started the last couple of games, and Zubac was huge all game long, particularly in the first half. 28 points and 16 boards tonight. That matchup with Ayton went the Clippers' way.
Yeah, it totally did, and you got to give Ty Lue credit. I mean, he knows his team. He doesn't panic. He knows what they need when they need it, and he's found a way to get them right back into this series. I thought confidence-wise, he gave them the confidence to really shoot the basketball and play well. And I don't know what I just haven't seen a coach in years do what Ty Lue is doing.
Yeah.
Now, if he comes back and win this series, man.
Well, that's
because he's doing stuff over the last 10, 15 years that coaches just haven't been able to do in this league with teams with these kind of deficits in the playoffs.
Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins didn't play at all tonight in this game, but I think I said Zubac had too many points.
He
was plus 28.
There you go.
Which is huge.
Yes.
Best number for the Clippers, but 15 points and 16 boards. Thank you, 3D.
No, come on, we're teammates, buddy. So, but to your point, that's why in the pregame show I was like, I'm not going to count Ty Lue out just yet. I was at the Dallas series. I saw Luka give him 44, 15, and 11. He said, we okay. I said, what film you watching? You know what I mean? I'm like, what film you watching? You okay? The guys giving you these kind of numbers. He said, I got a plan. And once again, Patrick Beverley was the part of the plan tonight to be a pest, to pick up 94 feet. We don't normally see that in the NBA, let alone in the playoffs, Zeke.
How about Reggie Jackson?
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, come on.
I mean, we know he got game, but over the last couple of years, we just haven't seen it on display. But again, the confidence that he's given his players, down 2-0, in a must-win game. He's got them playing free and loose and coming out and shooting threes, and it's just like I say, I haven't seen a coach be able to do this in my lifetime of coaching. And like I say, going back to Golden State Warriors, Cleveland Cavaliers down 3-1 in the NBA Finals. And I've been in the NBA Finals a couple of times.
Yeah.
when you down 3-1, your ass going home. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
That's the way it usually works.
That's it. And you know, he brought his team all the way back. You know, it's pretty amazing.
Already overcome as a coach, more 0-2 deficits than anybody in NBA history. You know, Jackson has been great for this team. He is a fearless scorer, and that's what they need him to do. Take shots and make shots, particularly with Kawhi Leonard not on the floor. We saw him up on a suite tonight during Game 3. Paul George, on the other hand, like Kawhi, is a sort of a low pulse rate guy. He's hard to read occasionally, but in situations like this, he's also not going to get too excited. And he didn't shoot the ball great tonight, but a lot of good stuff out of George.
Yeah, man, and understanding when you say next man up, sometimes it's got to be you within. And I think that's what Paul George is showing this week. And last year, so many people poked at him how he played in the bubble. Well, guess what? He got out to a slow start against Luka. He found his confidence and finished out that series. Then the next series. Now against Phoenix, okay, didn't shoot the ball particularly well. No Kawhi Leonard. Now let me get everyone else involved. And I think that's what we've shown, that I don't have to shoot more. Let me share more, play good defense. How many rebounds tonight? 15 rebounds.
15, yeah.
So he showed he can do other things and still be the best player on the floor.
And because he shared, you know, guys like Luke Kennard, right, who we know can shoot the basketball, but we haven't seen him this whole year play with this kind of confidence that he was playing with tonight. And he wasn't, you know, he didn't have like a 20-point night or anything, but his confidence in the way he played and the way he shot the basketball and the way he went after of it, I thought he made, you know, a couple of big shots and a couple of feel-good moments that really gave the Clippers some momentum. Yeah. I'm really surprised that the Clippers won this game. I really am, because I had Phoenix coming in with momentum, Kawhi out, Paul ready. I thought Phoenix, you know, could go up 3-0 tonight, and again, give the Clippers credit.
Home team's now 3-0, and we have ourselves a series with Phoenix now up 2-1. And let's go to Reggie Jackson tonight. 23 points for Jackson on 9 of 17 shooting. Let's listen in.
It seemed like you guys couldn't really get that lead up to 20, even though you guys were pushing, making that run in the third quarter. How did you guys just get over that hump there down at the end?
I just found a way to make some shots, started taking care of the ball. They're a great team. They're a great team. They're here for a reason. You can't give them any extra opportunities, give them any easy baskets, any opportunities to transition. So we just had to shore up things, take care of the ball, and then we found a couple sets that we want to go to at the end, and we're fortunate enough to get good shots in for them to fall.
0-2. What is it about being the 0-2 Kings that you guys just are able to bounce back like that?
The team's resilient. This team is resilient. We always believe. We never give in. We never say die. Like I said, we never really have doubt. We continue to just chip away, try to figure out ways that we can be better, try to figure out ways to impose our will on our opponents. And this team's just hungry. It's always hungry to get better. You know, you don't know what the results are ever going to be, but I love our approach. I love the way we come out. We continue to fight. We continue to try to find ways to get it done collectively, and we've been fortunate enough to make it this far. So.
Go ahead, Mary.
Zoo today came out aggressive, double before halftime. What got into him? What he was like this?
He showed a lot of heart. He showed a lot of heart, a lot of fight. I think getting his footing, getting comfortable in this series. You know, Zoo's always his intents are pure. He always wants to come out and do his best that he can. He's giving everything he has for his team. I think he's just figuring out how he can make an impact in this series. Playing against Ayton, great guards over there in terms of attacking. Devin Booker, Chris Paul, come downhill. Cameron Payne. So we're just trying to find ways to bottle them up, but Zoo's a big part of it. He's going to captain our defense. I think he's getting better at it, and then offensively he did a great job of screening and making sure that he gets downhill. And like you said, I think he's been fearless attacking the basket. He's making kickouts when he needs to, but he was a man with bad intentions each and every time that he touched the paint. So I was happy with the way that he attacked. I mean, even the joke of him, even the dunk that came off the backboard, it was great intent. So like I said, it's never the result. It's always the approach. So his approach was amazing tonight. He's a big part of what we do, big part of the reason that we got to win tonight. And hats off to him and the entire team the way they came and battled. I mean, team man picking us up with the energy. Luke hitting big clutch shots, timely. Everybody that came in, Marcus contributing. You know, everybody's dealing with bumps and bruises. The way that he competed, the way that he wasn't combative about not starting today. He just came in and did everything he could. So this team we fought. It's been through a lot of ups and downs throughout the season, and we're just finding ways to stay alive. And that's what I'm proud of most of this team.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Ty had said before to Bob that when you guys land, Wednesday morning, you guys get back after game 2, he starts calling players and says, like, we got to move on. We have to move on. What was like the plane ride like, and what was like the moving on process like, where you guys just had to flush it and get ready?
Plane ride was cool. Me, I think I'm like a baby with motion. So buses, flights, I don't really stay up. I try to stay up a little bit, but I just try to keep positive energy. I know myself. I try to go around just keeping positive vibes. Guys were still pretty loose. It was tough that we had the tough loss, but I think it hit us. It hit hard for a little bit quickly. I think it hit hard quick, and then guys were over it. We were already on to moving on to figure out how we could be better, and not just the tip play. Yeah, that ate at us a little bit, but just plays throughout the game, how we could be better in terms of limiting their offensive rebounds, limiting our mistakes, Ayton rolling to the basket, limiting their paint, so many paint touches that they had. So we knew that was one that was going to be highlighted because it was the last play, but that wasn't what lost us the game. And I think guys were comfortable with moving on from that and figuring out how we could be better. So I think it showed. We're going to carry it over to today, and we're going to watch film again and try to figure out how to be better in Game 4 because this team has been a great team all year. And the Suns, they're going to continue to fight. They're going to go make adjustments, and they got great players on there.
Go ahead, Owen.
Reggie, you guys came out playing hard, but then that shot that PG hits it before the end of the halftime, what did that do for you guys? And then also, what was the conversation like in the locker room at halftime? Because you guys then picked it up, the hard play, like another level in that third quarter, and were able to sustain it in the fourth.
I think Paul gave us a little more comfort. That shot, it kind of probably killed their momentum a little bit. They started to feel good. So we're very fortunate to have a guy like that who can do it all, who can do everything in this game, who can carry the weight with shoulders on a lot of the load. So that was a big time shot by him to give us just a little sigh of relief going into the half. And then mostly we were disappointed with the way that we felt like we kind of let go of it late in the second. So we wanted to come out even better. We know we haven't been particularly amazing in third quarters at times. So it was just everybody in there talking about let's get better. Let's go ahead and find a way to continue to push this. Particularly Pat Bev was energized, fired up about us not letting go, not letting our foot off the gas and figuring out how to be better. So it's an amazing locker room we have. Everybody trying to collectively lead from their position, from their role, and everybody has, like I said, pure intent. So it doesn't matter who's on who's saying what. We know where it comes from the heart, and at the end of the day, we all want to win.
Reggie, we talked to you before about your late clock offense in particular, but they cut that lead down to 6 in the fourth quarter, and then you get the transition layup, which you could have backed it out. You didn't have to take it. You finished it through contact, and then you hit that open 3. You're up 11. That's another momentum killer. Like, what does the team kind of give you as far as feedback, as far as the importance of creating offense, and especially in intense moments like that in particular?
They've empowered me. Honestly, this team has empowered me. This organization has empowered me since the time I've been here. From playing early, not playing, having DMPs, roles changing throughout the year. I think once we started to find some comfortability and just practicing and having roles throughout the game change, finding some success, it was really our leaders. It was really, Kawhi, Paul, Pat, and then collectively everybody, coaches. They were just on me about being aggressive, stay aggressive. Throughout my career, trying to always make the right play and not necessarily just being myself and coming out and playing the game. It makes it a little difficult, but the more I just continue to be myself, the more that this team empowered me to be myself. I've been able to find success, fortunately, been able to stay healthy, and at the end of the shot clock, a lot of times they definitely are on me about coming search for the ball, staying aggressive, attacking, trying to make the right play, but just be aggressive. So, hats off to them. I definitely try to put in a lot of work throughout my career to be ready for those moments, but been working on my mind for over the last few years, trying to be mentally strong. But you're only as great as your team wants you to be, and as they empower you. So, like I said, hats off to them. All condolences, and they've been pushing me to just be my best, and I've been fortunate enough to be playing well. But without them, this doesn't happen.
Thank you, Reg.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thanks, Reg.
Reggie Jackson.